In this video, I'm going to show you a free way to get a good bio link profile. You can add a website address to it if you want, but you don't have to, but this is completely free. Below this video, there is a free funnel you can copy. Just click on the link once, and if you haven't already created an account, it will walk you through the process of that. It's really simple. You will not regret setting up an account here. They have a forever free account, completely free. After you create your account and confirm your email, you'll be taken to the main screen. From this main screen, go over here in the right-hand corner, the top right-hand corner, go to settings, the second one down, account settings. Change your time. You can change the date format. And right here where it says subdomain, this is important. This is where you're going to enter the name that you want your bio link to be. This address right here is going to be the address for your bio link unless you add a custom URL. And by custom URL, I mean it would say .com, not system.io. You can change it to whatever you want. I'm sure if it was something that was already taken, it would say you can't, but it gives you, like I said, the free plan lets you add one custom domain, which most places don't do. Usually you have to upgrade to do something like that, so this is huge, and it's forever free. With this program, you can either do a funnel or a blog. I'm going to suggest you do a funnel for the link in bio. What a sales funnel does is it's going to give you a lot more steps. I'm sure you've seen these, but you just didn't know that's what they were. Anytime you've had to subscribe to an email list, or you've gone to a website where you scroll down and they're trying to sell you something, or maybe they're not trying to sell you something. Maybe they're just trying to get you on an email list. Or really, especially with this program, there's any number of things you could do with it. And the reason I'm going to do a funnel instead of a blog for this tutorial is because it just gives you so many more options, and you can always create your blog later. If we go to funnels, I'm going to go to create. Well, you know what? I'm going to call it TikTok. And don't hate me if you're not on TikTok and you found me somewhere else. I'm going to change it to US dollar. I'm doing it just so I'll know what it's called. We can always change the name of it later. Funnel has been created, and I'm going to also create a funnel that you can copy into your Systeme.io program. It's going to be below this video. If you're logged into Systeme.io, it'll automatically copy it in as long as you haven't exceeded your limit of 3 funnels for the free program. And it gives you all these templates. Again, they are really concentrated on getting you on an email list, but you can change it. I'm just going to select one of these, this one, for this tutorial. Even if you're not an online coach, you don't have to use all this stuff. You don't have to have everything filled out here. This is what you will see when you create a funnel like I just did. And again, there's a link below this video if you just want to copy a funnel that I already created. So really the idea of a funnel is you're going to have multiple steps that get people to where you want them to go. Like over here, you'll see the steps. Since this is the free plan, there aren't going to be as many steps, but it's okay. You can do plenty with this. So far, what we have is TikTok landing page and thank you page. When you see this little warning triangle, it just means that we haven't selected a template yet. This funnel to go in order as you want people in your funnel. Of course, it's a landing page. Squeeze page is going to be where they first come, where they land. It's like the introduction to your funnel, whatever it is. And you can call this something else. This name right here, in fact, if you just want to use this for your website, you can just leave it blank. And by the way, too, I created just a dummy account for this, but Passive Income Truly, which is my website, .system.io. I already have another account where I have passiveincometruly.com, so I went ahead and used the same name here because I knew it wasn't going to be the same .com and be system.io. When you add a custom URL, which you can do, there's another video like I've mentioned before, it's less than $10 to buy a website and really easy to import it here. That system.io part will get rid of that. That'll go away. You're not stuck with that. You're just going to have a regular .com. But anyway, you can even name this and something else. We're going to call it, I'm going to call it main. You know what? I'm going to call it TikTok landing page. Because really, I think that this is more of a landing page. And you can name that something else if you want. Make sure to always save. See, that's what I mean. If somebody goes to this, it's not published yet, but once someone does, that's going to be my main website for this. Or you can you can call it something else. You can call it landing, you can call it main, you can call it anything you want. You can even add a dash like main page, whatever. TikTok. Some people just might call it links. It doesn't matter. I'll get off of that for a minute. Here is where you can just view the funnel step. We haven't done anything with it. So that's what it looks like. I just want to show you some stuff real fast. This is where you go to edit the page, this little wand tool. It's the third button down, the second blue button down on the right. That's where we're going to go in a minute to edit everything on our page. And if it's too much for you, like I said, just use some of the ones I copied below. I've got some really simple ones that you can use for a landing page for TikTok links. If you're just looking for a link in bio, you just want something really simple. I want to show you this first because this is why it's special. Now, the way a funnel works is it goes through a process. And by the way, if I confuse you, you can always go to Systeme.io. You can always go to their help pages and feel free to contact them. They have a contact form. They have a really good contact form where you can submit a question. I've contacted them. They've been very patient with me and they're very forthcoming with answers. They also have a Facebook group that the only time I ever use Facebook is just to interact with them if I have a question. How to set up a free trial. Look at all the stuff you can do with a sales funnel. And here, again, if you've never heard of this before, there are other places out there like ClickFunnels that are going to charge you $97 to $200 a month after your 14-day free trial. This is completely free. It's amazing. And you see how it would work, how a funnel is supposed to work is like you have your main page here. And since this one, and we can set it up a different way, but until we change it, the main purpose of this one is to get somebody on your email list, like it says here. Now ours for our link in bio is not going to be that way. It's going to be just to get people to click on links to whatever you want them to click on, or you can use it to sell services, whatever. It's up to you. But when they click on this, like this is going to be the next step in the process. Like there's a pop-up and you're going to configure that. Yeah, that's to gather email addresses so you can get people on an email list. Like let's say somebody goes to your actual funnel, they enter their email address and they click the little button to subscribe. That pop-up's going to pop up and it's going to collect their email address. The next step, what it's going to take them to, and the reason it's called a funnel is because then there's another consecutive step, like you're leading people through the funnel. The thank you page. That's where they're going to end up. And you can always delete that if you want, if you just want to get them on your email list, or you can give them a thank you page. It's whatever. But another way to do it, like let's say you weren't collecting email addresses, you could just, you see all this here, how it says sales, automation rules. And a lot of this, honestly, I'm still new to it myself. I am no expert at this. I'm still learning myself. I've only been with them a few months. I can just tell you I know it works. I know if you work with them, you'll be able to pretty much do anything you want with your sales funnel. Sales, you can set it up to receive payment. I mean, let's say you just want to sell like a little guide to something. It could be $3. It could be, I don't know, it could be $23. It could be $2,300. It's whatever you want it to be. If you want to make your sales funnel lead to sales, like let's say you don't want to have an email address. It's just, hey, buy my book, buy my guide, whatever. They would buy it. And then the next step in the funnel would be, hey, here's your book, or here's your whatever it is. There's no limit to what you can do. You're not limited to selling books or selling courses. I mean, you can sell a course, you can give it away. Really, there's just so much. And I apologize. I didn't mean for this video to be so lengthy about this. I'm going to, like I said, I'll do a smaller version to actually walk you through a link in bio. But this is just such an amazing program. And if you're not taking advantage of it, you're only hurting yourself, because you can do a ton of stuff with this. And especially if you're someone who has a TikTok following you don't know what to do with, start here. Just start with something simple. And I'll try to give you ideas to do that as well. Now, I know I originally picked this template when I was setting up the funnel, but I think it might be a little much for what we need, because I'm going to show you how to set this up from scratch. What you can do is go back here to where it says squeeze page. This option right here, the fourth button down, it says change page template. And we are going to change the template. Okay, all the way down here at the bottom, I'm going to just select this one. It just looks like a blank sheet of paper. Yeah, this is completely starting from scratch because I wanted to show you how to do this. It's really simple, especially if you just want a link in bio. The way you want to work with this is put things in a section, and then what you see right here, and then within a section you want to put rows and columns, and I'll show you why. Below this video there are some funnels you can use if you don't want to do this, but I want to show you how to set up by yourself if that's what you want to do. There's an image you can drag there, and then you change it to whatever image you want. Below that I would probably put headline text, and then text, and of course you're going to have to fill stuff that you want there. Drags this into a section. The reason sections are important is it's going to make it easier for you to design the page. Like, since this is all in a section, it's going to move everything in this green section box up. If I hit up, it's going to move it above that other section. And it also works like, let's say I had more than one row here. See, I can make this row, if I click this little button, it can go above that row. But it's not going to go outside the section. See, for a link in bio, I just think they need to be as simple as possible. Okay, we have another section down here, and I am going to put a button. Photo of, a placeholder you would replace with your image, but I want to show you how to format this. First thing we're going to do is go to image size. Maybe you don't want it that big, and maybe you want it circular. Right here, border radius. Like, let's say I just type in 60. See how it gives it like a curved look? Type in 80. It even gets more circular. About 90. See, 100 is where you get like a true circle. And if I click on it again, I can make it bigger or smaller. And it's going to look different on mobile. Like, That's a great thing too about Systeme.io is you can look at it on desktop, like down here. If you see where I'm clicking in this left-hand section all the way at the bottom, you have the desktop view and mobile view, and you can format each of these separately. And again, I don't have a whole lot of time. I don't want this to be too long, so I can put a shadow around it. I know it probably looks really subtle, dark with highlight. There's just all kinds of ways. Blurry shadow. I think I'm going to stick with blurry shadow for now. You can do your username, and what I would probably do, like I just duplicate, like if you click this little duplicate, that'll just give you the same exact box right below it. Let's say, like for me, it would be passive income truly. And then my username would also be passive income truly. And then I'm here to tell you about passive income truly. Whatever you want to do with it. And of course, you would upload your picture down here. Now, because this is a funnel, you can send them to the next step of the funnel if you want. Like if you had something you were selling them, click here to go to the next step. But you don't necessarily want to do that. For me, for a link in bio, you click on your little button here. And you can select any one of these show pop-up, which is, one way to get them to sign up for an email. Open URL, next step, or they can download a file. It could just be something you're giving away. There are just so many things you can do. And you can format these buttons however you want. You can make them a different color. As you'll see, there's click here text. I'm just going to, right here where it says click here, then it says subtext here. When you click on the button, you can change both of these. You can change the color, you can change all kinds of stuff. You just need to really play around here. Like I'm going to put test. And you see that's changed the text, subtext, test again. And you can change all these fonts. You can pick your own font. I mean, it's really up to you. You can do the background color differently. You just need to play around with it. Again, if it's too much for you, there are templates that you can use below this video. Make it more of a rounded. You can put a shadow behind it if you want. You can even make the text a different color. You can turn that to black if you want. Same here, you can do all these fonts. I mean, everything in here is easily customizable. Here, the last thing I want to show you for this tutorial is how to add simple links. For example, Amazon. First thing you have to do is sign up for the Amazon affiliate program. And once you do that, you can go to pretty much any page at Amazon. Let's see. Here's some stuff I've been studying lately about the public school system. Now, I can get my link here, how it says text link at the top of the page. Again, you have to be logged into your Amazon affiliate program account in the same browser that you have your Amazon account open. So just be open to Amazon.com. And if I go to text link and copy my text link, the button says open URL. I'll put my URL right there, that Amazon link. And you can set it to open in the same window, open a new window. I can change it to John Gatto. That's the name of the author. I'm just going to put public school. Of course, this is however you want to do it. And there are so many different ways to do this. And if you don't want to do that, let's see another way to do it. Image. Let's say you actually want image, or maybe you want one of these. I wouldn't do that one. Let's say we just do an image. Okay, so let's say I want this medium-sized image. This is already selected, all this HTML code, that's what that is. Just copy it. If you just hit Control-C, it'll automatically copy it. And also, if you want to duplicate this button, and that's what I always do. I always create one and then I just duplicate them. Like this is the little duplicate button. If you can see what I'm clicking on, it's this orange box. It's the second one from the left. And then you could create other links on down. Of course, you want to change it to different things. But anyway, because what we just copied from Amazon is called raw HTML, I'm going to drag it someplace. Put it right here. It shows up like this. It says Systeme.io until you change it. You go back over to the left, like make sure you're clicked in here. And the little raw HTML on the right, then go over here to edit code. I always do Control A because that'll just get rid of everything, and then Control V. Basically just want to replace whatever code was already in there. And it kind of shows up weird, like as you'll see you have your little Amazon picture and it says HTML all around. That's not going to show up on your web page. Let me hit save changes. Every time you want to preview, in case you don't see what I've been doing, like I go up to this little preview button up here in the right hand corner. Looks like a little eye. When I preview it, you'll see it doesn't look weird. But here it shows up where it's going to say raw HTML. It kind of looks funny because they want you to know what's there. And there are so many different ways. Like, you can just organize this however you want. I just dragged over a 4-column row. That means in each one of these I can put HTML code, like HTML code into every one of these. Let's say I want to put another. I want to have a whole row here. Image, let's say I do the same thing. Medium, I copy and paste my HTML code. And I'm not going to bother to show you the whole thing. I'm just going to say, like, I think you can hopefully see what I'm doing here. If I just put a different book in here, you know, then you got a row of 4 books across the bottom, or whatever products you want to put in there if you have raw HTML code for it. You can also drag your buttons in there so that, let's say I want to get rid of this HTML. I mean, instead of that, you could put anything. You could put an image in there. So you want to have your button to go across. There you go, and then you can format your button by clicking on it. There's just so many different ways you can format it. Again, I have some sample ones below this video. Now here, if you might, like when I just tried to save changes, it says an email is required. That's because on my button I have send form. I don't want send form. If I just put open URL, it'll get rid of that. Save changes. See, now it lets me change. Now it just thinks it's missing a link, which it is. See, if I hover over this, let me see what it does. And see, our links work, even though it's in preview mode. Here, because I didn't put a link, I just left it blank. It just takes me to my main page. Once you get it all looking exactly the way you want for your link, you go back to this page and click on this little symbol, this little link symbol. It says copied right here, and then you're ready to paste it to wherever you want to use as your bio link. If you want to add a custom URL, there's a link below this video that walks you through it and helps you do that. And before I forget, for this simple bio link, we really don't need this thank you page. I'm just going to delete it. I wouldn't even suggest using it. It's up to you if you want people to subscribe to your email list or not. There doesn't have to be a thank you page, but if you want to go ahead the extra step of creating one, that's fine. Also, if you don't want to set all this up yourself, as I've mentioned before, I have a funnel template below. Go ahead and click there, and there's another video walkthrough that will show you how to use it. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I am Liz Jones. You can find me on TikTok at Passive Income Truly or Grown Rebel. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.